Guys, it's me. So this is not my typical 2 cents in the AM, but it is something that I wanted to share with y'all because it is definitely not the AM. It is definitely the PM. As a matter of fact, let's get more precise. It is 3 p.m. No, a little more precise than that. It's 2:58 p.m. So here's my 2 cents in the afternoon. Hey, you like that? How about this? Just my random 2 cents. So I really felt the need to share what God just dropped in my spirit. Because I believe that there are a lot of you that is going through right now. I believe that a lot of saints of God is seriously going through some things, and you're like, God, I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, I'm not even feeling this. I don't know if I even want to continue to pursue you. I mean, if we want to get real, I'm talking to the real ones out there. I'm not even sure if I have a relationship with God anymore. I don't know if I want to turn back. I don't know what I want to do, but I know that where I'm at now, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not grasping what I want out of life right now. Like, what are you doing in my life, God? You feel like everything is going against you. Things are breaking down. Things are happening all kind of way. And it's like everything that's there to shake your faith, it is there, it's shaking your faith. And you're not quite sure what is going on right now. Well, I'm here to kind of help you. I'm here to, give you some encouragement and some inspiration. And I just want to say, don't let go. Don't let go. Hang on to every little bit you got, even if you just got a tiny bit. Like, hang on to that tiny bit. Do not let go. And I just want to go back to Kayla Carr said something awesome and amazing. And she said that we're like olives and we go through the shaking, we beating and the pressing. And I know y'all love that song because it means greater is coming. But I want to go ahead on and expound on that for just a little bit. Wow. She said you're going to go through the shaking, the beating, and pressing. But I want you to remember that olive, okay? An olive in its natural state is good. I mean, you can eat it in rice. You can pop it in your mouth. You can chew on it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You throw it in some rice. It's really good. I love olives and rice. Those of you who like Spanish food, you might like some olives in your rice. So that'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? But something happens to the olive when it gets crushed. Okay, when it goes through the crushing, and that oil comes out, and they go ahead on and they do the crushing and the pressing, and it goes through that process for the oil to flow. It no longer serves the same purpose it did when it was a regular olive than what it does when it is in an oil state. In an oil state, it has so much more that it can be used with. There's so much more benefits in the oil than it is just the olive. You can't take a regular olive and rub it on your skin or rub it in your hair. But if you take the olive oil and rub the olive oil on your skin or rub the oil in your hair, it serves so many different properties. It just does so much different in oil than it does as a regular olive. And so I want to explain to you about what you're going through right now. So yeah, you may have been able to serve God in a great capacity that you were already in, your natural olive state. But then you went through that transformation, or you're still going through that transformation where you feel like you've lost everything, where you feel like you don't even have a passion or desire to do anything else in God. You're like, I don't know what to do, God. What more do you want from me? You're there. You're there where you're tired, you're fed up. You're there where you're not sure where to go. You're there where I still believe and trust in you, God, but I don't see which way I'm going. You're right there. You're in that crushing process. You're in that pressing process. You're in that process right there. You ever saw what oil look like once it's done? It don't look like an olive anymore. It can never go back to being an olive at all. It can never go back to that. And you look at that oil and it looks so pretty in that bottle. Oh my gosh, you're like, wow, that is beautiful. And so we look at, okay, God, you're going to use me mightily, God. God, you said you're going to do this. God, you said you're going to do that. But you forget that you really have to go through that crushing process to get it in order to be transformed so that you don't ever go back to the same you. You have to go through the transformation so that you can be better than what you were. Never go back to who you once were, but now you're somebody different. You serve a whole different purpose. You serve a whole different meaning. There's something different about you. And when people see that oil, they're not going to know that you went through that crushing and that beating. When you go to the store and you get a jar of olive oil, you don't think about that oil that was just pressed from that olive. You don't think about the shell of the olive. You don't think about that crushed shell that's thrown in the trash. That is no longer, it can no longer serve any form of purpose. Who Who you once were, you can no longer serve in the capacity that you once was able to serve. Now going through this process is a whole nother level for you. It's a whole nother definition for you. It's a whole nother meaning for you. It's a whole nother level of benefits for you to serve in the kingdom of God. But it all takes growing and maturing. Let's go to the caterpillar. Once that caterpillar goes through that cocoon, do you really know what a caterpillar goes through in that cocoon? Can you imagine? Like, I mean, you think he's just asleep, minding his business, you know what I'm saying? But there's something changing in his body. He is being transformed. He's being stretched. He's being ripped apart. His skin is shedding. He's growing wings that he's never had before. He's learning mentally on how to operate different, because once he crawled in and created his cocoon, he was used to crawling. He wasn't used to flying. He wasn't used to any of those things. So here he is, a butterfly. He has to learn a whole new way of living. So in that cocoon state, in that state right there, he had to understand, he had to grasp the fact that he's no longer the same. When he came out, could you imagine a butterfly trying to crawl around instead of actually taking its wings and fly? He had to grasp that he's different. There was something changing in him to understand that when he's done that process, he can no longer be who he was before. And a butterfly is so beautiful. Not that the caterpillar ain't a little cute, but they kind of fuzzy and hairy and look kind of weird. But when you get to become a butterfly, it's so beautiful and it's mesmerizing. It's beautiful, just like oil and the healing properties of olive oil. It's so much more beautiful than just the olive. So God takes us, if he can take things and animals and transform them, what makes you think he won't do the same for you? And you being the children of God, he always wants us to evolve. He always wants us to come up. He always wants us to reach our full potential. And sometimes it does require some breaking, beating, and shaking. It takes some pressing. It takes the pressure of the world to kind of push us to that next level. Because if we don't get that pressure, if we don't feel that push, we'll be stuck. And he don't want us to be mentally, spiritually disabled. He doesn't want us to. He doesn't want us to be stuck. He wants us to move. And so that's why you're going through what you're going through right now. You're in your in-between state. You're in between who you were and who he told you was going to be. You're in between that. And the only way for you to become that is if you allow and you trust him through the process. Go ahead on and crawl in that cocoon. Trust him that when you're done, you're going to come out different. Go ahead in that presser and get crushed and pressed. And understand that who you are becoming will never be who anyone has seen before. In order to see something you've never seen before, you're going to have to go through something you've never been through before. Do you understand that? In order to see something you've never seen before, you're going to have to go through something you've never been through before. You're going to have to do things you've never done before. You're going to have to experience something that you've never experienced before. We sing, I want to see something I've never seen before. But we're going to have to go through some things that we've never gone through before. And some things are going to be great, and some things are not going to feel so great. But just know that no matter what you're going through, he will never leave or forsake us. Ever. Like for real. Like on some realness. He will never leave nor forsake us. So I want you to carry that with you throughout the day. I want you to understand that throughout the day. And I want you to meditate on it. And whatever you got going on, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I got something else to share with y'all, but I'll share with y'all in the next video. This is my 2 cents in the PM. It is now 3:07. Whoop, whoop. Let that oil flow. Spread your wings and fly, butterfly. I got something else to share with y'all on another video, and I might share it right after this. So stay tuned. Much love, grace, and peace. May whoever's watching this, God, that you will shield them and protect them. May you cover them. Let no hurt, harm, or danger come upon them. Oh God, will you help them to understand that during this time you are there. Help them, comfort them, ease their minds. Hopefully their days was great. May it end on a better note. May you cover them throughout the weekend. Let no hurt, harm, or danger come upon them. In Jesus' mighty name, we give you all the glory. Amen. Mwah. Grace, peace, and blessings to you all. I'm out.